What's doing, Vicki?
I'm sitting on this Gravely 52-inch mower.
Why are you sitting on that mower?
Well, I haven't sat on it in quite some time. It's been about 3 or 4 months maybe.
So why would you be sitting on it now in the garage?
Well, somebody said we needed to review what this lawnmower did for us last year. I will say that this mower did speed things up a bit and it slowed us down a bit. There was a few times where I was mowing on my Skag Cat and Mark was fiddling with the Protero bagger. So I had finished my lawn, had all the trimming done, and we wasted an hour because we had to stop and we had to go get a belt, because there when we first got it we were burning belts left and right. So I would say that part of this mower was not good, but for overall I say the Gravely and the Protero bagger has saved us lots of time. Okay, so the plan was this fall, we decided, or Mark decided, that we were going to use the Gravely mower, and he was going to run that, and I was going to run the Skag Cat with a bagger, and we were going to skip over doing I lost my thought. We were going to skip over using the
DR maybe?
yeah, we were going to skip over using the DR vac. And the reason for that is because Mark figured out that the Gravely with the bagger was way faster. It picked up so much better because it never clogged up. Whereas the DR, because of all the wet leaves, it was a constant thing where we would have to stop and we would have to unclog it. Well, it went pretty fast with the Gravely, but we never got a chance to run with the Skag Cat and the Gravely. There's several yards that we never got to this fall to do the leaf cleanups on. So I'm thinking that once spring comes and we run those two mowers, we're going to just whip right on through those lawns. So when the springtime comes, because we realize that Mark got that BR 800 steel BR 800
See?
backpack blower, with the combination of that and the Gravely mower and the Protero bagger, we have saved so much time. So, you know, when spring comes and we'll have the BR 200 backpack blower, and we'll have the 800 steel and the Gravely with the Protero, and we'll have the Skag Cat with its bagger. We should speed along pretty fast with all those spring cleanups that we have left to do.
Yeah, because the way things went this fall, because the fall is kind of set up for me to work by myself pretty much, because it's difficult for Vicki to get out and do the things that we need to do, because she's standing around waiting, because there's always so much blowing you can do. Once you get things away from the trees, there's only so much you can do with it. So that's where this Gravely was just shining really good.
So for the most part, using the BR 800 steel backpack blower, the BR 200 backpack blower, Protero bagger with the Gravely mower, and the Skag Cat with the bagger, all those pieces of equipment outdid the DR by far. So when spring comes, we should speed along pretty good with the spring cleanups. Like Mark said, you know, he can do the fall cleanups by himself now.
Yeah, just because otherwise years past, she'd only work for about 10-15 minutes to blow the leaves out where I could grab a hole, and then she's sitting there waiting for me. Well, with the BR 800 this year, I was able to go through and blow out everything I need to blow out in most of the yards in about 5 or 10 minutes. I just did the rest of it was picking up with the Gravely there. And at Gravely, the only time I ever plugged the hose up in the bagging system is when the bagger itself, the clamshell, was full. That's the only time it ever plugged up, which I did it quite frequently because that was my fault. Because I always have to take that one extra pass. That one extra pass did me in every single time. But, in the near future, since this mower is in here, I will be doing the maintenance on it. It does have 213 hours. I just checked it. And so it's going to be having to do a complete service of I'm not sure I'm not sure if the hydraulic oil is going to be changed or not. I have to check the manual, see when that's supposed to be, because synthetic oil is in there. It's the largest pumps that they make, and I just have to go over what the maintenance schedule is on there. I know I'm going to have to change the oil. I'm pretty sure the hydraulic oil is going to be changed, but I'm not sure on that yet. And I also have to make guard for the Protero, because I got that all busted up and broken and bent and everything else because I keep running into things, because it sticks out farther than what I'm used to, or farther than it should be probably. But I'm going to have to do what I can to refine that, so that's going to be in the future here too.
So, and for me, for the Gravely, running the Gravely, it took me a while to get used to it because the mower is so much bigger than the Skag Cat. I mean, faster. It's actually, you know, it's the same deck size, but it was just harder for me to maneuver that mower. And, you know, it was the same thing with me. I used to run the Skag Tire Cub, and that was a 48-inch cut. That one was really, that's actually my fun mower. I love that mower. But then he put me in the Skag Cat, you know, and it took me a little bit to get used to that. But I can maneuver that Skag Cat pretty good. But that Gravely, I'm having a little bit of hard time when I get close to the trees and fences and things. I'm a little bit kind of leery about hitting stuff with that.
Because that mower does sit up higher, and it is, you know, it's about the same weight and everything, but just there's a bunch of different things on it that she's not used to. And she only ran it probably a dozen times through the whole season that we had it, because I was on it most of the time and she was on the Cat. It's just the way it worked out. And
then the other thing about the DR, back to that, it was when the DR gets full of wet leaves, it's really a big struggle just to empty that thing. Where with Mark running the Gravely with the Protero bagger thing there, he didn't have such a struggle to unload them leaves.
And it also has a smaller footprint on the trailers, because the DR and the Skag takes up about 12 feet, and that's I'm always running the Skag up on piles of leaves, just trying to get to the dump site or whatever. And this, with just this mower here, it was just a way lot easier. No, it was just, that's not the word.
Yeah,
it's simpler, and just made things a lot easier.
Now, if you had temperatures and there wasn't so much rain like we had this year, and you ran that DR, it would be perfect. Like, it works really good in the springtime when we're doing our thatching. You know, it works really well, and it's not that bad to dump it, but when it's really wet leaves and grass or whatever, it's not the thing to have.
Sorry about the bump, that's our puppies.
So if anybody, you know, was kind of wondering about using the DR and why we haven't been using it much this year, that's why. You know, this year could be a little bit different. We could have drier weather. And then when we do our thatching this spring, because Mark's planning on using the Gravely.
Actually we're going to be using the Gravely and the Tiger Cub. The Thatcher's going to be on the Cub, Vicki's going to be on the Gravely. So Vicki's going to have a little bit of a learning curve, but by the time the spring is over, she's not going to even think twice about that mower.
Yeah, because otherwise, if it was really dry, we could use the DR, you know, but we'll see. We'll see how the weather plays out. So far, we're having a normal winter. You know, a lot of people are complaining because where's the snow, but we're happy because we don't have the frigid cold temperatures, and we don't have the overabundance of snow.
We're just only a few inches behind on the snowfall, which is fine.
But we've had, like in December, we had more rain than in the past, and we had less snow.
Right.
So we have some snow coming for today, and
hopefully I could get out and plow and try out that new cutting edge and the new wings and everything else. But we're still not really concerned about the snowfall because, like Vicki says, it's nice not to have it.
It's a nice break.
Yeah, because the snow plowing is a little difficult because everything has to be done all at once, which takes me about 17 hours. Well, that's a long day. And sitting in that truck and pounding back and forth, and turning your neck constantly. Your head, at the end of the day, your neck is sore just from turning.
Mark got a phone call on Friday, and this little old lady was a little bit upset because Mark got a little bit of gravel in her grass, and she was wondering if he was going to come clean it up. But under normal winters, she would have never even seen it until April.
Right.
So that's, those are just kind of the complaints that we're already getting, and it's just, there's nothing good about the snow for us. There's always somebody that's got to complain.
Yeah, that person's probably end up going to be quitting through the season because they don't want to deal with our schedule, which I don't do any sort of cleanup until end of April sometime. So that's just something that's going to be thinning out our route some more, I guess. And with me mentioning thinning out the route, Vicki's got down to 16 customers that we're getting rid of?
Yeah, and several of those have died or they're slow paid customers. We don't have to deal with that. We can fill a spot in where we know that somebody's going to pay us because, we don't have time to be chasing our money, and it's not fair that we're spending our time making them happy and then not get paid. I just don't like that idea. It's not right.
So this year, since we are going to be slowing down, we're not taking on any new customers. We might take a few on, but they're going to be parents of friends, basically, or a friend in need. But we're not taking on anything else. And it's going to be small. They're going to be in the city limits within 5 minutes from our house. They got to be a 15 or 20-minute yard. And if it's bigger than that, we're not going to take it on. And hopefully this summer. I'll show you what's going on here.
My little Piper, she just thinks she's got to sit on us.
So this summer, it's going to be a struggle for us to slow down because we've been busting our butts for the past 10 years. But actually, we're not going to slow down. We're just not going to work. So we're going to be doing more things, just us out and about. And we're going to be bringing you along a lot with this summer, hopefully. If things work out, which I'm hoping they are, because we're going to work our butts off to make sure they do work out, I guess, or something like that anyhow. This was supposed to be just a review video, but I guess it's more of an update video of what's going on and what we're planning on for this year. And we might have got a long winter on a couple of these things, but we really appreciate everybody that's supported our channels for this past 2 years that we've been on YouTube. We enjoy a lot of comments from a lot of the great people that watch us constantly. And we just really appreciate our people that follow us, I guess. Anything you want to add to that, Vicki?
Well, peace. Till next time, when we decide we're going to have a video, which could be tomorrow when Mark does the snowplow video.
Hopefully. Keep fingers crossed.
So have a good night, and we will see you on the next video. Peace.
Goodbye. She forgot that.
I can't say goodbye because it's not goodbye. I'll see you again soon.